Welcome back to movingprofessional.com. So today I'm going to continue my series on continuous reps versus dead start reps. Today we're going to go over the floor press, which is basically just a different version of the chest press or a bench press, except we're going to be on the floor. Alright, so the floor allows us the opportunity to actually really get that pre-tensioning and create a dead start rep without excessive effort happening. So we can really actually start at rest. So if I'm on the ground here, my dead start rep is going to be from the bottom. So I'm going to get into good position here. I want to get my body in such a manner where I'm pushing everything down into the ground. So my heels are coming down into the ground, trying to kind of squeeze my butt. I don't have to have my lower back on the ground because that's going to make me flex, but I do want to feel like I'm reaching my limbs into the ground. All right, my arm positions, if I move this out of the way, is going to be a vertical forearm or perpendicular to the ground, and that's just going to be the most stable or neutral position. The more I move my hand down towards my hip, the more I'm going to turn on lats and back muscles because I'm going to go into more shoulder extension. The more I get jammed up into my shoulder, I'm going to be coming into more relative shoulder flexion. That will tend to create more of a forward shoulder position. All right, there's purposes for both, but right in the middle tends to be the most optimal starting position, and then we can understand, how to start from there and get organized from there before we push up. So in the dead start position, we'll start there, vertical forearm. The other hand is pressing down into the ground because I'm going to want to rotate to try to help it, especially when the weight gets heavy. So I want to preset my body, press in, understand what's going to want to happen, and try to fight against that, and that's the stability component. And then I breathe out, and I press up. When I'm up top, I want my knuckles to be pointing to the ceiling as opposed to carrying a tray. All right, that's a weak position, that's an unstable position. That's a much more stable position. And then I want the arm or the hand to be right over the shoulder. All right, and then I'm going to bring that back down, and then I can actually reset because this is a dead start position. So when I get back down there, I want to put myself in the right starting position, pre-tension, press down, breathe out, and press. All right, so this is very valuable, the dead start position, to understand what your compensations might be, how you're going to want to kind of rotate, or you're going to maybe not actually come down into the position that's more optimal. You may have a press where you're always coming kind of up here, and that becomes the only way that you can actually press up, or your elbow wants to kick out. So to understand the bottom position a little bit more and see how strong you are in the bottom position, it's good to actually preset yourself there. See if you can actually lift the weight that you're trying to lift from the bottom, and it'll kind of teach you a better groove to follow. Okay, so the more continuous rep pattern would be two hands, get it to the top. All right, so now I'm already loading the shoulder. There's more stability work I have to do just from the top here, and then I'm going to come down, tap lightly, bring it back up. So the difference here is there's continuous tension. I don't release the tension at any point through multiple repetitions. All right, so once I get that first dead start, a lot of times, then I might want to just continue with continuous reps as I go through. All right, but again, the difference is the dead start, I get to actually have some time to practice the pre-tensioning, which teaches me how to sequence stability. All right, so if I'm already working really hard like I am when I have the weight up here just trying to stabilize it, there's no way for me to kind of adjust my position because I'm just trying to survive not having that weight fall on me. When I'm on the ground here, the weight can easily just go down. I'm not in as dangerous of a position. I can rest it here. I can get my body organized first, all right, and then I can engage and press up. Again, when I'm at the top here, more work is being done already. All right, so now it's going to be a little harder to actually stabilize, so I want to be able to do that from the ground. All right, so very much like a deadlift where you're starting from the ground, we can do that with the floor press. If you have any questions, you can go to movingprofessional.com. I'll see you next time.